Hello and welcome to a small vlog where I will try the NISI variable ND filter on my Sony RX 107. So finally I can do some video with proper low frame rates and try how it looks, and hopefully it looks very cinematical. And I will hike up this mountain and show you around a little bit. I used to be not a fan at all of variable ND filters. This is because of a very bad experience that I did with the variable ND filters on the DJI Pocket 2 2 years ago. But I think this was mostly due to the fact that the filter itself was a very cheap freewheel filter for like 30 euros or so, and so the quality was terrible. There was lots of color shifting, there was patterns because of the polarization. It just looked crap, and I felt like being cheated of the video footage of one holiday. So during the last 2 years I was very reluctant to try any variable ND filter. But I stumbled on some reviews that said that the quality of the filter is extremely important, and that cheap filters just look crap, and if you go like to the price range of about 100 euros, then the quality is fair and you don't have so much color shift or patterns. So yeah, this is a new try with variable ND filters, which are extremely handy on the Sony RX 107 because it's a great camera with excellent video quality, just it has no internal ND filters. So I got stuck during the last year just using 60 FPS so that this footage looks smooth without being able to reduce the shutter speed to about the 60th of a second. So I'm recording this footage in the Cinetone imitation that I saw on Film Alliance channel. So it's a custom picture profile for the Sony, which looks a little bit more like a movie profile, but has indeed very nice skin colors, I think. Just so for you to know, this is not the standard profile picture of the Sony RX 107. This looks a little bit different. And recording quality is 4K 30p. So now here in the shades I removed the filter because it's dark enough and it's not necessary. I also realized that obviously the white balance setting was wrong, so I had to change that. So I'm sorry for the mismatches in colors and such. So my goal with the Sony RX 107 is clearly to have a small travel camera that I can use for mostly B-roll footage. Now I'm also recording talking head with it for the heck of it. But I think the best combination for traveling vlogs will be the DJI Pocket 3 as walking camera, vlogging camera, and then the Sony RX 107 for all the B-roll footage. And this is a perfect match in terms of size and video and photo quality. So as you can see, after this steep climb, I'm pretty out of breath and also quite sweaty. We are now almost at the viewpoint with a beautiful view over the valley, and let me show you this again. So this is a small shot with custom white balance that I took from my white t-shirt, and I'm a little bit curious to see whether this makes a difference in the end. For now I cannot see any difference on the small screen, but that's usually how it is. I absolutely adore the view up here It's always beautiful to look over the valley. It's a nice small hike. It takes about 30 minutes to 1 hour depending on which pace you have. And it's always great for testing cameras or camera features. So now I will move the variable ND filter from 1 to 5 while recording, so we can all together see if the NISI variable ND filter creates cross patterns or anything that is noticeable. So this is 1 and we are slowly going to 5. So how did it look? I'm quite curious to see also on the big screen. So you're discovering this at the same time as I do. Okay, maybe as a small side note, obviously this recording was with auto exposure, so the camera adjusted ISO and aperture while recording. So it's also possible that some of the changes that you saw, darkening and whitening, do you say it like that, are not from the filter but more like from the exposure meter of the camera. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this experiment, or whether there is something else that you want to know about my experiences with the Sony RX 107 or the NISI filter. I mean, I got it yesterday, so it's pretty fresh, but it will come over time. So if you see this video a few weeks after it comes out, I will have more experiences. And if you're interested to follow my experiences, my mini vlogs about cinematography, or more like video recording, then like this video and subscribe. No, the video is not over. There is a small thing that I still wanted to try, and it's to see first how the picture profile looks with 60 FPS. So this custom cine-like profile, imitation profile from Film Alliance, how does it look in 60p Full HD, which is what I'm recording actually currently now. And then obviously also how does slow shutter speed of 1/60th of a second look like also in 60 FPS. By the way, I do not believe in the 180-degree shutter for digital cameras. I think many people misunderstood. It's not a rule. It was a technical requirement for cinema cameras when there was still mechanical film loading, so that the shutter speed was mechanically bound at the rate the film is fed. And it's not something that you need to follow like a rule in digital cameras, but you should for sure respect that a high shutter speed looks crap if you have a low refresh rate. But whether you use a 60th of a second or 50th of a second does not make any actual difference at all when recording on a digital camera. And yeah, so usually also for, if possible, I also use 1/60th of a second as a shutter speed for 60 FPS. And I think usually it also looks pretty neat, and we will see how it looks after this recording. And now it's finished. Bye.